Hi there. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this information session for the UVA and Buenos Aires Global Internships program. This recorded session, is in two parts, and we're starting with the UVA section, and I will discuss the aims of the program, academics, costs, financial support, and the application process. And then our on-the-ground partners, Puentes Abroad, are going to follow up with their own part in which they detail the internship placement process and experience and other program activities and inclusions. And they're also going to discuss why Buenos Aires is such a fantastic location to study abroad. We in Education Abroad are really so pleased to be offering this program. This will be the fourth year that UVA students will be traveling to Argentina, and every single year, many of our students, they don't just fall in love with Buenos Aires itself, but they also end up making very meaningful connections to people there, and then very much enjoying the experience of living there as a working person as opposed to just being a visitor. And one thing to keep in mind from the outset is that our global internship programs are a unique type of education abroad experience. These programs, they don't follow along with what a traditional faculty-led program would be, in which a group of UVA students would be traveling and visiting places with a faculty member by your side throughout. You would be having a more individualized experience because you will be going to your internships most days of the week. But this does not mean that you are on your own. It's quite the opposite. There are several groups of people who all work together to make these experiences possible for you. On the UVA side, I'll just introduce ourselves. My name is Ingrid Hakala, and I am the program director for this program and then all of the other global internships offerings. And I oversee all aspects of the program, including academics. And I am your UVA person whilst you're abroad. I will not be with you in Buenos Aires, but I will be available to you at all times. And then as for my background, I was psychologist of education, and I am affiliated with the Global Studies program here at UVA. Liz Well-Beloved is the fantastic Senior Education Abroad Advisor and Program Manager for this program. Liz is available for advising as you're thinking about applying, and she has just a wealth of knowledge about education abroad in Spanish-speaking countries. As I mentioned, our on-the-ground partner is called Puentes Abroad. And we really do mean partner. They do many important things, including managing your internship placement, providing 24/7 support, local expertise, arranging your homestays, organizing activities, and much more. And we know very well how thoughtful and organized Puentes Abroad is. So it's just a sincere pleasure to be working with them. But to be clear, this is a UVA program, but in Buenos Aires, you'll join the larger Puentes cohort of students, which is made up of students from many other US universities, and you'll follow along with what Puentes has planned for everyone. And the Puentes team and I are in constant communication and aligned along with our approaches and responses, so you always have their support and ours simultaneously. We run these programs for several sets of reasons, and I always like to talk about them. The first are really pragmatic. It could not be more important for you to have one or more internships on your resume by the time you graduate from UVA. And they're starting to be a flurry of reports which show that Education Abroad alumni strongly believe that their program experiences help them to develop workplace competencies, which are desired by employers, and then land those jobs and fellowships that they were seeking. So combining these two experiences, an internship and a study abroad, can be a very powerful means for you to stand out as you take those next steps. And we very much want to help you do that. And then the second set of reasons are broader and more holistic. Whilst you're abroad, we want to encourage you to think critically about your experience in intercultural environment, and then begin to trace some of those global interconnections which are involved in the work that you're doing. And you may come back to Virginia and spend the rest of your days there living and working. You may not, but either way, these matters are absolutely going to define whatever you do going forward. Your sense of yourself, your responsibilities, how exactly you spend the minutes of your days. And these programs can be an excellent way of helping you to develop your awareness of these things and carry it forward in your life. In this part, I just want to be clear about how UVA's program will work so that you can keep this in mind when watching Puentes's presentation, which gives an overview of their kind of options. And that's the second part, again, of this info session. I'll just go back. So the program basics and the dates for the UVA section, UVA program, are going to be June 4th through August 1st, and that is Puentes's section 1. To be eligible for the program, you need to have completed one semester at UVA. You need to have a minimum GPA of 3.0 and be in good disciplinary and academic standing. And then the program is open to first through fourth years, which is exciting. Also, there is a language prerequisite to apply to the program. So you need to have studied Spanish at the 3000 level or otherwise be able to convincingly demonstrate intermediate proficiency. The program offers 3 credits. These are direct elective college credits. I'll talk a bit more about that in just a second. You would be staying in a homestay. That Puentes offers 2 options, but as UVA students, you'll be in homestays. And then you would be working 4 days a week. You will need a passport to participate in the program. Please check your passport now and make sure that it will be valid for 6 months after you return from Buenos Aires. So that's into the early months of 2027. Visas to Argentina, they're not required for US citizens. If you're another nationality, that may not be the case. So please just look into that now and make sure you know what the requirements will be. This is an academic global internship program. But what exactly does that mean? It means that there are always going to be 2 components to the program. There's your internship that Puentes will arrange and manage for you. And then there's a UVA Global Studies course that you take at the same time. So these 2 components of the program are integral. You can't do one without the other. There are many reasons why we structure our programs this way, but ultimately we really do see that your capacity to contribute to your internship organization and ability to think critically about your cross-cultural work and your role in it, it's enriched by having this academic reflective frame around it. An important note, just for your own information, UVA has a policy where they do not give credit for internships themselves. So that's the labor, the projects that you're doing in your internships. The academic credit you receive for participating in this program, it comes from the course that you take. As for that course, the full title is Working with and Across Cultures and International Internships. It's an unusual course in that it's taught online and asynchronously. And the reason for that is really because it is very reflective, and we want for you to be tying your everyday experiences in your internship to broader kind of academic themes. And so you doing that work yourself, not us telling you exactly what you need to know. You will be the expert of your own experience and learning. And we'll also be talking in that class about contemporary conditions in Argentina. And you'll have assignments that are due every week and get individualized feedback from your instructor. The main course themes really relate to the program aims that I just talked about. And then for costs and financial support, this is super important. On the program brochure page, there's a budget that is listed out for you. And it's divided out by billable and non-billable expenses. The billable expenses are things that are due directly to UVA, like your tuition, program fees, housing. And then the non-billable expenses, that's really just an estimated budget. And it will differ from person to person. Depends on, your airline flight that you get. But hopefully that will give you a general sense of what to plan for. There are some fantastic financial support opportunities for this program. There are numerous education abroad scholarships that you can apply for through a common application. There's also the Special Global Internship Scholarship, which is very easy to be considered for. It's just a question on your program application, and that's up to $3,000. If you receive Access UVA support, then you will automatically be considered for the Walker Global Experience Scholarship, which is up to $5,000. There may be Pell Aid. There are lots of other awards here and there around the university in different departments and with the Alumni Association. So it really pays to do your research now into these different funding opportunities. And hopefully you're watching this in good time and will be able to explore. And then also I will just say, stay tuned, stay in touch with us to find out more. For scholarship decision timelines, this is also very important, I know, in making your decisions. For some of those scholarships, you would know if you were given an award before you needed to commit to the program to participate. For others, you will not. Not all of the timelines align directly with the program decision timelines. And then why do a global internship? I could talk all day about this, but I just wanted to mention a few of the things that are top of mind for me. I can pretty much guarantee you that you will have the chance to develop workplace competencies through this experience. These are the big categories of them. And if you're really paying attention and keen to learn and experience, you will have the chance to delve into all of these. And when you come back from being abroad, we will help you to articulate these and talk about them in a way that is very compelling to others. Approaching the experience. This is so important at the application phase to be thinking about. Internships are inevitably going to challenge and delight you. But in ways that you just will not expect, no matter how hard you try to think through it. But that's really key to the whole experience. That's part of the learning. Being ready to do that and engage constructively is very important. And then you're never alone in any of this. You have Puentes and you have me. And so there's lots of support. We want to help you make the very, very most of your being in Buenos Aires. Perspectives and attitudes. When you submit your application, these are the things that I'm really looking for, and also when you have your advising call with Puentes Abroad. So all of these things we really and truly mean. We're hoping you will be thinking about and let us know that you are hoping to work on them. I will just know that the broader interest in Argentina is a good thing to talk about. It's a fascinating place. Just let us know what about it you're keen to talk about. And then this is actually UVA's lengthiest program in South America. And more time is in a place is very useful for a lot of reasons. So that might allow you to develop meaningful relationships, local knowledge. When you're there, you'll know all of the best places to get your empanadas. And confidence at work takes a bit of time to develop. You won't automatically on the first day know everything. Your understanding of the cultural diversity of Buenos Aires is definitely going to get more complex over time. And then you'll just have more and more opportunity to practice your skills. Next steps in the application processes, please explore the program brochure. It has lots of information, everything that you could or should know. You can make an advising appointment with Liz or me. Go ahead and open your application now. And then complete your Puentes advising call. This is super important. This is a key part of your application. It has to be done before the 1st of February when your application is due. Your application itself, there are going to be some short answer essays, signature documents, things that you need to read and sign off on to make sure that we know that you understand them. You will need to supply a resume. And then also, as I just said, an advising call with Puentes is a required part of the application. You need to do this by the 1st of Feb, not after. And when you do have this call, please just make sure to, as they would say, put your best foot forward. They want to get a good sense of who you are. And so just take a bit of time to think about things and present yourself in a way that that will be interesting to them and show them that you're serious about the experience. And then for all education abroad programs, including this one, there's an application fee and a waiver for Pell eligible students. And the decision timelines, you'll apply by the 1st of February. You would know whether or not you are accepted to the program by the 10th. Your commitment to participate is due on the 17th. That's a financially binding decision, so make sure you understand that. And then if you're waitlisted for the program, just once you get that news, have a good think and decide for yourself whether or not you would want to accept a spot on the program if it was made open to you, because you'd have to make a decision straight away. Tori Dickerson is a program alum from 2025. She's serving as an education abroad intern this year and doing such a wonderful job. And she would love to hear from you if you'd like to speak with her about what the student experience is like. Get that direct information. Here is her contact details. All right, that's it from my side of things. Please watch the Puentes presentation that follows this and follow up with any questions that you have. I'm sure that you will still have more and we would love to hear from you. I'm so glad you're interested and let's stay in touch. Okay, bye-bye.